for Breakfast Morning Show is brought to you by Ground Up Remodeling. Tim will take care of your needs from the ground up. Truly one of the best in Lake Placid, and we wouldn't let anyone else work on our handyman or home improvement needs. Call Tim today.
Move over the screen and move over the media. Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
You can see it probably walk my face.
Crashing down and it
Yeah,
hurts.
he's hurt. He's had his hip replaced. So many bad things.
If you hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be a man, I can't let it slide. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. I feel song about right and wrong. And I don't take trouble for very long. I get something deep inside of me. Conscious the thing that keeps us free. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American.
Your numbers are pretty good. You're right though, overall it was like 38 yesterday. Just for the morning. Yeah. It wasn't showing what day the people had. And I get from every viewpoint. All right, that's it, everybody. God bless the hoaxer. I wrote a eulogy for him. Friends, neighbors, folks from Southwest Florida, we're here to celebrate Terry Jean Bollea, Hulk Hogan, the Tampa-born Titan who made professional wrestling and a global phenomenon. As a Florida man, even when I was a kid, I'd watch the Hulkster on TV, his red and yellow ripping through the screen, turning Saturday nights into events with his 24-inch pythons, brother, and larger-than-life charisma. From slamming Andre the Giant to preaching to kids. Say your prayers, kids, and eat your vitamins.
School.
Yeah, well, he made his own vitamins. He made kids believe in heroes and grown-ups cheer like kids. Hogan wasn't just a wrestler. He was a showman. He put wrestling on the world stage, paving the way for every superstar since. Rest easy, Hulkster. Your legacy lives on in every cheer from the Gulf to the Garden. What you going to do when the Hulkamania runs out forever, brother? Terry, give Dusty Rhodes and Andre the Giant a big hug from all of us Florida men and those beyond. We love and will miss you forever. Beer for Breakfast Morning Show.
Well, that was cool.
Yeah, it was pretty good, I thought. I wrote it. You could tell by all the bad spellings.
Yeah, I remember watching him when I was really young.
Yeah, he was something else, man. He was something else.
He definitely put wrestling on the map.
Yeah, he was somebody pretty special. I mean, he had his problems, you know, because he would say things that were racially kind of bad.
Well, yeah, but back then you didn't have to filter everything.
Yeah, well, no, he did that when he should have.
Yeah.
He was, but Terry was a good guy. He was a Tampa boy through and through.
He still lived in Florida recently.
Tampa.
Which I think this is St. Petersburg on the.
Well, Tampa, St. Pete. I mean,
same
most of us kind of
same neighborhood.
Yeah, most of us kind of, you know,
it's lumped together.
Locals would just lump that together, just like, you know,
like the Tampa News includes us because we're in their viewing area, and we're halfway down the state, and they're at the top corner.
You know who I worry about the most is his son. I think his son's name was Nick. I don't really remember. But his son already killed somebody in a car race.
Oh, geez.
And then he was drunk, and then he got pulled over here a while back. And his girlfriend called Hulk, and Hulk goes, and Hulk shows up. He couldn't even walk. This was 2 years ago. He couldn't even walk. The Tampa police call him, say his son's there. He goes, "Can I show up?" And the guys go, "Sure, come on." So he goes up there, and he's got a big old walking stick. It looks like I made it for him because it looks clearly like he was going to be throwing his head with it. and he immediately said, you know, there's one thing that he goes, I've been around everybody in my life, but the only people that I can't tolerate is drunks. He said, when they get drunk, they get stupid. And that's why we don't get drunk in the morning. That's why we only have 1 or 8 beers.
Yeah.
Don't blame our tolerance. And he said, well, we're going to have to take your son to jail. And Terry said, take him to jail. I'm not here to stop you. I'm not here to try to, you know, I'm
just here to see my kid.
He's like, I just want to know what's going on because I don't want the car to get towed. A lot of it was that. And he didn't want him to take his daughter-in-law to jail because he wasn't driving. And, you know, how kids will run their mouth, you know?
Yeah. Well, Grady Judd was on the news this morning.
Oh, boy.
And that just happens to be a good segue to this point. They just passed a new law that it's now a crime, not just a ticket, if you're speeding over 50 miles an hour over the speed limit or doing over 100 miles an hour, like on a highway.
Mm-hmm.
Grady was saying, yeah, it was just a few months ago that they pulled a guy over for going down the highway at 150 miles an hour.
What was he driving? I want that car.
That's what I was thinking. I wish they showed his car. And
that wasn't even a Corvette. That was a McLaren or a Ferrari or something.
No doubt. But he said, and we had to let him go with nothing but a speeding ticket.
That's crazy.
But now it's a crime, so you get like a misdemeanor like everything else.
Well, in most states, though, I mean, I watch these cop shows all the time, as you know. In most states, I mean, if it's like 25 over the speed limit, they can take your ass to jail right now. Yeah. I mean,
well, in Florida, apparently, that wasn't on the books until recent, and Grady's all happy about that.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Well, yeah, I'm sure he is. He likes to lock them up.
Yeah, you want to break the law? Don't come to Polk County.
Yeah. Except for Bithlow, you can go to Bithlow because even the cops don't like to go to Bithlow. Bithlow is a black neighborhood that even the black people don't go to because now rednecks live there. They're like, black people are like, yeah, fuck that, I'm good.
I don't need that grief.
I don't need that headache right now. No, Bithlow was I'm not 100% sure it was Lake County, but it's over there close enough that we've always considered Bithlow Lake County. And it's the worst place in Florida to live. It is it's
a crime zone.
It makes Venus look like a population boom. It's just,
oh Christ.
Yeah, it's a bad place. Bithlow. It's not a good place. I mean, I guess
it's like going to Central Park. You don't go at night.
Yeah. Oh, you mean in New York? Yeah. Probably not. Yeah. No.
I've been through Central Park during the day. It's actually a really nice place. You don't go at night.
We would have I forgot what it was called. Oh, I forgot what it was. Maybe it was Ships Week or something. It was something that I wasn't in the Navy long enough to remember, but we pulled up our ships up there to dock, and the Navy basically takes over all of New York City for the most part. And they told us, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And I had an old senior chief who was so fat. I mean, I don't know. I guess they figured, yeah, he's old, so we're just going to let him get over the PRT. He doesn't need that.
Just let him ride the storm.
He doesn't need to be PT yet. That's what we call the Rhodes program. It's retired on active duty. He ain't doing nothing anyway.
Right.
But he said, listen, guys, I want you to go buy a newspaper and roll it up really tight and keep it in your hand. He said, because that newspaper will go through anything like razor blades. He said, we learned that on the streets of New York because he was from Brooklyn. He goes, I'm telling you, he goes, so he said, that's why all the mob guys always carry a newspaper.
I always thought that seemed odd that everybody's carrying a newspaper.
He said, because it'll go right through you. So all of a sudden you see all these squids walking around with newspapers rolled up. I'm over here like this.
You're just interested in the news.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, fuck that. Because as soon as I got off, I carried a pistol with me. You're allowed to have off base. You can have guns. On base, you can't. On ship, they just like going to a police station. If you're a cop, you have to lock your gun up.
Oh yeah.
It's like that on a ship too. And even if you're on duty and you're walking around, they give you a ship-owned 45 to carry. A literal ship-owned. It's theirs. So I recommend that before your watch, you clean it. Clean
it.
It.
Hasn't been cleaned in 6 years.
Yeah, if it's your first watch, clean that shit. But yeah. But in the military, unless maybe Trump's saying something since lately, that's why all these people, when they have all these shootings on military bases that were a few years ago.
Yeah, they get a lot of people because nobody was allowed to have weapons.
Yeah, the military is not allowed to have guns until the military police get there. And listen, I did a little bit of time with the military police. We're not all that energetic. We're typically there on limited and light duty. Some of them, the lifers, the guys that, you can go to an age school and become a military police. Mostly it's Army. And they're not all that smart. I'm not saying anything, but they're like regular cops. They just want to beat the hell out of you. And they do. And Navy does the shore patrol, which is like their military police. They will beat the living shit out of you just for fun. They're like, what are you doing today? I don't know. Let's go find some drunk sailors and beat the hell out of them. But it's really funny because a lot of times Marines are stationed on other military bases for doing temporary assigned duty for whatever, usually security. And we would all go to a bar or the bowling alley on base, and then all of a sudden shore patrol would show up because some shit would start, and they would be like, they would sift out the Navy guys and they would leave the Marines alone. They're like, that's just
don't need that.
We don't because they were trained differently. Let's get over here and get these Navy guys that
drunken sailors.
They don't even give Navy people real guns in boot camp.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's all wood, and you have to train with it for. They don't even give Navy guys real. At least not back when I went to boot camp.
That's weird.
And it was only 8 weeks. I've had dental pain that lasted longer than 8 weeks. But
Oh, you know who else died today? Chuck Mangione. You know who he is?
He died 3 days ago, and it's. One of my favorite, because me and Tony both play trumpet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both of us. And it was so funny because I walked in there yesterday. I said, "Do you know who else died?" And she said, "Who?" I said, "Chuck Mangione." And she said, "No." I said, "Do you know who he is?" She goes, "Of course I do. I play the trumpet too, you idiot." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I wrote down the Hulkster was 71.
Yeah, 71.
That doesn't seem that old anymore.
Yeah, well, it does for a wrestler, though.
Oh, yeah. Geez.
Oh, I forgot. Hold on. I got things to do here. We have priorities on this show.
Duties fulfilled.
Duties fulfilled.
And I'm already halfway done with mine.
I don't know why no one's watching. This is weird to me.
Oh, what? We haven't had a show in a couple of days because of our server being down.
String tard.
So I'd written down all the little things for the last 2 days.
Write them down. Let them go.
And let's see.
Malcolm Jamal Walker died.
Yeah.
That was Theo.
Yeah, he was like 46 or something, or 52. Not very old.
No, he was young. He was way younger than me.
Yeah. Let's see.
You could have been his daddy. Well, other than the color thing.
Oh, 1948. The Marvin the Martian made his first appearance.
I use him in AI all the time.
Do you really?
I do. All the time.
That was yesterday in 1948.
When I want to make the images I make for DeviantArt to be funny, I'll tell them that the girl is wearing a Marvin the Martian, a black Marvin the Martian t-shirt. Just because it's funny.
Yeah, he always wanted to blow up the world.
All the time. I don't blame him. Sometimes I want to blow the world up too.
Yeah, but you were in a position it was possible.
Not me.
Not personally, but in general.
In general, we knew how to.
Let's see what other little crap do they have. Yesterday in 1903, the first automobile, mass-produced automobile, which obviously was a Ford,
yeah.
and it was a Model A. The first car, how much do you think it sold for? Back in 1903.
$603.
Not a bad guess. I was thinking more like $5. It was $850. In today's money, that's $31,000.
Well, I'm telling you, the reason I said so low is because back then, when my dad was real young, he was born in 38, and he said that he picked oranges, minimum wage picking oranges, or farm labor picking oranges.
25 cents an hour.
Yeah, no, they would make something like $3 a day.
Oh, Jesus.
To pick all those oranges.
Wow.
And that's how he made his. My dad used to tell horror stories when he first got married to Mama.
That's like slave labor.
Well, farm labor is slave labor.
True. It's hard work, too.
But when he first got married to Mama, and they had my sister, which was first, they said sometimes the only way they could eat was going to the canal and catching fish. And that's how they would eat at night. And that was in the mid-60s. I mean, in the mid-60s, because Darlene's only 10 years older than me. But then things changed when he got that whole union thing.
Oh, yeah. Then you're driving around.
We're driving around. Mama, yeah, that's when Mama got the first Mercedes. And it was silver, too.
Perfect.
Mama did love her silver Mercedes. I don't know what it was with her in silver.
That's like a really terrible color.
It is a horrible color. Because she loved it.
You can't repaint it. You can't touch it up because it never matches. It's like red. It fades.
Oh, yeah.
Silver, it's hard to get the same tint in it.
She loved them, though. And I bet you this, 99% of the time, she got a new one every 2 years.
No kidding.
Almost always, yeah.
I love her. She had it tough.
Well, you know what they did? They brought her Dad said, he said, I'm going to get you a Lincoln. She goes, I don't want no Lincoln. I don't want no fucking Lincoln. And he brought her one that was a 4-door Lincoln Town car, all black with black interior.
Imagine that.
And Mama said, no.
You can keep that.
She said, I'm never going to drive that. It looks like I'm going to be carrying myself to my own funeral. I'm not doing it. She said, it looks like a funeral car. And he had literally lost, I don't know how many thousands of dollars when he took it back to the dealership. But he lost money.
Yeah.
Because once you drive it off the lot, no matter who you work for, once you drive it off the lot,
it's gone.
And you've lost, what?
Yeah, back in the 80s.
10%?
Back in the 80s when I was,
was
in the car business, I worked for a pretty big dealer up in New York. Right out of high school. And they said if you bought a new car, the minute you drove it over the curb, it lost $3,000. So you might have paid, say, $8,000 for a car, which was a pretty average car price. You lost $3,000 right off the get-go.
What they told us was, or what Dad told me was, because he was mad, and I mean, I listened to him a lot about this particular topic. And he didn't say once you drive it off the lot, but he said as soon as you sign the title.
Mm-hmm.
Which is basically the same thing.
It's the same principle.
It is the exact same principle. But my dad said as soon as that title
has
someone else's name on it,
it's
once that title has it becomes a used car, even if you don't drive it. Yeah. It's now a used car.
You could have towed it home and still,
because no one's going to buy back then probably in 80, 87, 88. Well, no, this was probably in the 70s, in the mid 70s. A town car probably cost you what, $10,000, $15,000?
Yeah,
probably
$12,000.
So
my parents, the first new car they ever bought was a 1970 Dodge Charger, and the sale price on that.
You had cooler parents than I did.
Oh yeah, my dad had mag wheels on it and everything.
My dad bought tractors and trucks and big fancy shit for Mom. Anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
But their car was $3,600, and it was brand spanking new.
There's no reason for our cars to cost what they do today.
No,
there's no reason.
Just inflated prices for no damn good
for
reason.
Bullshit. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't cost you any more to make a tire now than it did then.
No, it really doesn't. But they just,
other than you have to pay higher wages and
yeah, but they're not paying. They're paying way less wages now than they were in the 80s.
If we could turn back everything to like say 1970, the same stuff we're making then we still make now.
You know what we're paying for? We're paying for all those people that were in the union, and I don't.
Oh, the union now priced everything.
Well, but now we're paying the cars that we're paying for It's like why you're supposed to have babies now, so they can pay people like me and you for Social Security because we're old.
Yeah, have some kids, people.
Yeah, that's what they say. Have kids because somebody's got to work or let illegals in something. But that was the problem with the car prices is they've got all these pensions that they've got to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And if the Teamsters were the men that they say they are, they'd go and kill all those people, and we can get back down to a decent price for a car.
Yeah. Well, I worked union for a lot of years. I made incredibly good money.
Oh, it's good money.
But I always said, I'm a guy that's out there sweeping a sidewalk that we had poured the week before, and I'm getting $25 an hour. I mean, you could teach a freaking 3-year-old to sweep the sidewalk.
And what did you get out of it? Nothing, because you weren't a member of the union after all.
Yeah, I got hosed.
That's what you told me.
That's where unions get you, man.
Yeah.
You think you're in? You know, I thought I was all on the inside.
You know, they do the sword tapping on your shoulder. You're a member of the union, but you didn't really sign the paperwork. So they're like, well, let's see how long we can leave this guy on.
Yeah, and you're still paying your union
And
dues.
yeah, you're paying your union
And
dues.
the union boss, the president of the union, he's sucking up all that cash.
Absolutely.
I even helped build his damn house, which when he got nailed by the feds, they took his house, took his cars, and they investigated everyone that worked on that house. And my name came up in it. It was not a good year. The business agent and the assistant both went to prison. One of them died in prison. He had a heart attack, supposedly.
We all alive, right?
Yeah. But, you know, I'm all for making yourself a good living, and if being a union is how you have to do it.
Oh no. Hey, man.
But for a guy to stand there and put lug nuts on a car on a assembly line and pay him $35 an hour is freaking ridiculous.
It is when he's just doing lug nuts.
Yeah. And there are people on that line that just do one little thing.
One of my heroes was Lee Iacocca. And he's will always until the day I die.
He worked for a lot of different kind of cars.
And a lot of different kind of companies.
Ford, GM, Chrysler.
Like Delta. He worked for a lot of people.
Really? I didn't know that.
I've read all
yeah,
three.
He was a very successful man.
I've read all 3 of his biographies. But yeah, he was a very brilliant man. But what he did when he took over Chrysler, he said, I don't want any money. I want stocks.
Yeah, invest.
And he said, I want stocks. Keep your money. You don't have any to give me.
Right. They were going
So
broke. When
I
he
want
came in.
basically half of your stock. And Chrysler was like, whatever you got to do, Lee. And Lee says, okay. So he pulled out probably he probably pulled out like $12,000 bills and started lighting cigars with them and said, let's party. Because he's the one that came up with the minivan. He was the first minivan, was the Dodge Caravan, I think.
Yep. And he was involved in the Shelbys.
Of course.
Which he brought his Shelby Charger to Chrysler.
Oh, that was Ford. Yeah, he was involved in the Ford Shelbys back in the day. Yeah.
He was the original Shelby guy.
That's where we got the, what was that thing called? The Viper? Isn't that came from
I drove
Carroll?
one of them.
Yeah, well, I rode in one. I didn't drive it.
They're fast, but they're very, very uncomfortable. You think a
Well, they're not
Corvette
supposed
rides
to be.
rough?
Listen, man.
Yeah, they weren't built for comfort. They were built
No,
to go.
They were built to get the fuck out of the way.
Go and show.
Yeah.
If you didn't get laid owning a Viper, you weren't the man.
He did, but what Lee Iacocca did was the first thing he did was he walked through the factory, and he'd walk up to the guy doing the lug nuts, and he would say, "Do you like your job?" And the guy goes, "No, this fucking job sucks. This company's screwed." That's exactly what he did. He wrote his name down, and every one of those people got fired the next day. Then Lee Iacocca said, if you drive a Chrysler or a Dodge, anything Mopar, you park in the front row. If you drive anything else, you park in the back row.
There you go.
Because we sell Chryslers here. We don't sell Ford and we don't sell Chevy.
That's right.
So if you drive a Ford and a Chevy, you make our company look bad. So no.
That's common sense.
I loved it. I just when I read all that and I'm reading all that about Lee Iacocca, he brought Chrysler back
from the grave.
They were higher than Ford for a while. For many years in the late 80s and middle 90s, they were kicking ass.
Yeah.
Because of the minivan. Because of the minivan, yeah. And so that's when they said, well, we're going to have you do the Statue of Liberty since you're so good with these things. So Lee Iacocca put everything together, and he's the one that when they redid all the entire Statue of Liberty from the toes.
Yeah, they had
To the
scaffolding
torch.
around the whole thing.
Yep, that was all Lee Iacocca, and he was the guy that they hired to do it.
I'll be damned. I didn't know that.
And I bet he made.
He was a great business person.
He knew. He was just like Trump. He knew. He was dirty, and he was.
You can't be a bazillionaire without.
He was not a guy you want to go have a beer with necessarily, but no, because you'd be afraid that if he said something wrong, they would kill you when you walked out, and you wouldn't even be drunk because it would only have a beer.
Don't even know you're gone.
No, it's almost like Hillary getting it.
Oh yeah, that would suck.
Well, when Hillary gets it, you shoot yourself in the back of the head 3 times. And maybe in the chest, just in case you miss in the back of your head those 3 times.
That's a hell of a reach around right there.
Anyway, that Hillary don't play around.
No, I'm glad she never got to be a president. God dang, she would have killed this country.
Well, Obama did that, so.
True. It started back more than a few presidents ago.
Well, I honestly think, I didn't expect this to go political today, but I actually think that George Bush Sr. destroyed the country. If you remember, you say you like Big Lebowski, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that pinnacle part when he's in there writing a 77-cent check for cream so he can make his White Russians at the grocery store? He looks over and on the TV, George Bush saying, "This aggression with Iran, this aggression." That's when I was in war, by the way. That was my first deployment. He said, "This aggression will not stand, man, or this aggression with Iraq will not stand, or Iran will not stand. This is a new world order." Wait a minute now.
I've heard that before somewhere.
Wait a minute now. I don't want to. And that was real life.
There's a funny little guy with a weird mustache that tried to do
yeah,
a new world order.
exactly right. And that,
not to mention a name.
And however, I thought the mustache was stylish. I mean, it was a weird part in his hair that kind of scared me.
Yeah, he was a strange dude all the way around. It's amazing how he got people to follow him. It's like, holy crap. I guess fear is a good freaking aphrodisiac.
I don't think aphrodisiac is the word you're looking for.
Probably not.
Motivator.
Motivator. There you go. Great word.
Aphrodisiac is sexual.
Well.
Aphrodisiac's like when you get a woman who it's her time of the month and you give her chocolate. She's like, okay, I'll have sex. Thanks for the candy bar.
Oh, yesterday's birthdays were a good one. Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. How much? How old?
Oh, 87.
74.
No way. She lied.
Jennifer Lopez.
J-Lo?
Yeah.
63.
56.
Nope, she lied too.
Bullshit.
You can go, man. You can go back and watch them.
You remember the movie Airplane? The guy that
I
said,
loved it.
the guy, like the young dark-haired actor that played one of the main characters, Robert Hayes.
Yeah.
How old do you think he was yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
This was surprisingly older than I thought.
87.
78.
Oh, and I'm 10 years off on everybody.
Kramer. Michael Richards.
Oh, my hero.
I loved him.
Yeah, I don't care what he said to them. Those guys that he said,
made that show.
He did, but all those guys that ruined his career, they deserve that shit.
Oh, yeah.
As they were ruining his show just because they were black and couldn't shut the fuck up. Michael Richards is probably... You got to look back when Seinfeld came out, which was the late 80s, early 90s.
I'll give you a hint. The Spirit of...
70, is he 76 for real?
Yes, he is.
I was gonna hit him at about 72, 73, but 76.
I didn't think he was that old either.
You didn't think I would get the spirit of, you lying little shit.
No, I knew you'd get that.
Did you really?
Yeah, hell, you're a veteran. You know that.
That has nothing to do with the military.
Well, it was a birthday of America. The Spirit of 76 was the bicentennial.
No, the spirit of 76 was an airplane.
Well, there was also an airplane, but
it's 1776 is the bicentennial.
But in 1976, it was the bicentennial.
Okay,
like 200 years. Bicentennial.
So our country was a bisexual for what was the whole year? That ought to make the.
I was in like 6th grade when 1976 was Oh,
Spirit of 76. That now. No, keep talking.
yeah. I don't know why they called it the Spirit of 76.
Me either, because that doesn't make any sense.
But I know that is the name of a ship.
No, a plane.
Oh, plane. Yeah, plane. I think
Maybe I'm wrong.
A ship too.
No, I don't think so. Spirit of 76. Your source for. No, it's a firework company. That's apparently we're both wrong. The Spirit of 76, located in Broome, Abbott Hill, Massachusetts, was painted by I don't know. Oh, okay, that you're right. Then you're right.
Yeah, that's
when Washington crossed the Doohickey.
Delaware.
Yeah, in 1876, the Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia, where it quote stirred the heart of a nation. The American Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was that plane that what's his name flew all over the place.
Oh yeah, I think that was what that was named too.
Maybe
Hughes,
not.
Howard Hughes, right?
No,
different guy.
Who was in A Christmas Story back in the old one?
Oh crap, I don't remember.
He was the first guy that flew around the world. That was the Spirit of something. No, not Wiley Post. It wasn't him.
It took him 7 days and 18 hours.
Yeah. Well, it still would for around the world. It still would take a pretty good
That
long.
was way back in 1933.
Yeah.
Now you can do that in about 3 hours. You get into a stealth, you're over a bombing overseas and back. You leave at breakfast and you're back by lunch.
What's that guy's name that? Voila. The guy, the actor. I can't think of a movie he was in to. This is why our show's dead, because I didn't do enough research. So I'm going to tell you, I believe that we did a story on William McNeil about the guy that got punched in the face.
Yeah.
I think he has special needs. I don't mean that in a funny way. I think that he's retarded.
Not all there.
Special.
And
I'm going to tell you why. I want you to watch this with me. And I want you to pay attention.
A viral Jacksonville Sheriff's Office arrest video is now speaking out for the first time. Good morning, I'm Bethany Reese. William McNeil Jr. and his attorneys are now at a local church in Revolt. Let's
listen.
Drop no suspended license. That entire stop was not just pretextual, racial motivated. It was unlawful.
All right. First of all,
now they're throwing the race
card. Oh no, they were throwing the race card immediately.
Jesus.
I do not believe that this was a racially motivated stop, because
it was just a bored cop.
It was a bored cop. There's a big difference between a bored cop and a racially motivated cop, because two of the cops that were there were beating the hell out of him too, so they were black.
Yeah. And everything that stemmed from that stop was unlawful. Mm-hmm. What we're not going to do this morning is get in the back and forth between the leaders of Jacksonville. What we're going to do, we're going to focus on the facts. Mm-hmm. And everybody saw the video. You can release all the body cameras you want.
We could really do without that. Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking, it sounds like a freaking
this ain't a black church. Yeah, this ain't a black church. You don't have to. Mm-hmm. You can
Amen, brother.
You just sit there and keep shutting the fuck up.
But I get a hallelujah.
But the body camera, the cell phone footage was unedited. It is a reality. You could talk about a knife being in the car, but it was not a weapon, because he did not weaponize it. He stayed calm. The only weapon that day was a Jacksonville Sheriff Office.
Yeah. I give him credit for that.
I'll give him that one. Yeah.
I'll give him that one, because he did not reach for that knife.
No, he didn't use any physical aggression whatsoever.
But I want you to pay attention and remember what he looked like when he got punched, and what he looked like when the window was busted. He didn't have any emotion.
I know, he was stone cold.
No, I believe he's autistic. And I don't mean that special needs in a bad way.
Right.
But if you'll watch him, and if you listen to the interviews, I remember I posted a YouTube short, and I said somebody needs to buy this guy a damn phone. They've got all these lawyers there. Somebody should buy him a phone, but it's not. And watch his eyes and watch how he goes to his mother. He runs to his mother. He starts crying, and so he really is damaged. He really is damaged by this. He really is damaged by this because his brain doesn't work like everyone else's. I mean, you can tell that there's something going on. And he was a college student, an art student with a scholarship. I mean, it was at a black college. It doesn't really mean much, but it is what it is.
Everybody saw it. And we are here for redress and get justice for the McNeil family.
Amen.
Nothing more, nothing less.
There was an amen.
Amen. Of course. There's always going to be an amen.
We have a long road to recovery to go. I'm not going to get in his injuries. You see pictures and things online, but William attended Livingston College.
Keep your eyes on the guy in red, everybody.
Here today. So this narrative, they always have this narrative being, you know, he was a thug.
Right.
He was a criminal.
Got that?
That's the narrative.
Yes, sir.
But
was definitely not a thug.
William was doing everything right.
A thug would have beat the shit out of that cop.
On scholarship, doing what's required of him to be a better person. And all he did was exercise his fundamental rights, his God-given rights, to answer a simple question. Why are you stopping me?
Yeah.
For not having headlights on during the day?
Listen to this.
Did y'all see the video where the officers came with no headlights on?
Yeah, we did. We did.
No smoke, no fog, no rain. So anybody would be confused, why are you stopping me?
Yes.
And he exercised their right to answer that question, and they bullied him, intimidated him, broke his window, and beat him and caused permanent injuries. Look, I'm gonna step aside. We got a lot of folks up here to get a chance to speak. Here, we'll come back for a Q&A. We will have a limited Q&A with William. His parents is here. Solomon, Latoya, and his stepfather Alton is here as well, wearing the red. Next, I'm gonna bring up my good friend, my colleague, Attorney Beck. We home, we in Florida, so I had to bring him home.
He's scared to death because he knows he lives in Jacksonville. He's scared to death. His mama told him to cut his hand.
Thank you so very much, Attorney Harry Daniels. I'm honored to co-counsel with you and Attorney
He deserves every bit of it.
and all of these great lawyers, Attorney Jackson and Attorney
But yeah, he's
Robinson,
autistic.
because this is a very, very important case. As Attorney Daniels said, when William was stopped, there was no rhyme or reason, no rationale for them stopping him. I mean, this was a classic case of driving while black.
Hallelujah! He's right, though. I think he's right. Well, maybe not, because you couldn't see into that dark
William McNeil
That cop was just
for keeping his demeanor, his calmness. I mean, Attorney Daniels, I thought the trained police officers were supposed to be the ones to de-escalate the matter. They were the ones escalating the matter while this young man represented the best of us. He kept calm. He was trying to de-escalate the matter. He just kept asking simply, why are you stopping me?
And it's not his job to
think about that. I understand the sheriff said anti-police. No. It's not anti-police when an American citizen asks, why are you stopping me? That is an American citizen exercising his constitutional rights. That's what William was doing.
This ain't a white or black thing. This is a bad cop.
He was exercising his constitutional rights.
I wish that they would stop with that black thing. This is
to remind America
they
that we are a
white people and
democracy,
black people and Hispanic people every day.
Believe in the
They
Constitution.
don't care what color you are. They just board cop. This is a board cop thing.
Have a right to the protections of the Constitution. That this is not a police state where the police are above the law and that they have no accountability. No, the last time I checked, America is still a democracy, and our citizens still have a right to the Constitution.
America is not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic. Democracy means mob rule. That means that if everybody in your neighborhood wants your car, then they can decide as a mob, as a democracy, to take your car, even though you paid for it. That's the difference. So don't listen to these fucking retards that tell you anything different. Sorry, I have to throw that in there. Sometimes
it goes without saying that the leaders now have to step up and be leaders. Look at that video. Look at that video with your own eyes. Listen with your own ears. We have audio, visual evidence, proof of what happened. Nobody has to narrate it for us.
That's true.
To the sheriff, respectfully, you can't justify this. You can't condone this. You have to condemn this.
But these were police department. This was Jacksonville PD that did this. This wasn't the sheriff's department. At least that's what I've understood, because everything that I got in all the body cams that I have, the body cam footage, it said JPD. Officers do not consider themselves deputies, and deputies do not consider themselves officers.
Correct.
So I've got nothing but officer. So, and then the black police chief, they got up there and said, well, we would never target our black community, and neither would him, my second in charge, who was a black guy. Well, of course you would, because that's how you get raises and you get arrests, and that's how it works.
You have to look at that video and say, this does not reflect our training, our policies, or our values.
But it does.
And you need to terminate that officer immediately. Immediately.
They need to fire him 10 charges ago when he was against it.
Because as Attorney Daniels and I deliberated over this matter, if you don't terminate this officer and you condone this type of police excessive force, then it sends a message to all of the other police officers on the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office team.
I'm telling you, I saw for sure that it was a police department, not a sheriff's office. So Ben Crump is dropping the ball here. And also, they need to get rid of qualified immunity. Get rid of qualified immunity. I say in there.
Yeah, that basically puts them above the law.
Yeah.
The leaders now have to step up and be leaders. Look at it like this. It is okay to treat black motorists like this.
Quick.
In America, it is not okay. It is not okay.
That's what makes this so horrible, is that they always want to make it a racial
I know you're going to hear
from they got to keep the divide up. Hey, look, this was done wrong. I'm a white guy. I'm a fucking redneck white guy. Now look at this because they did this black dude wrong, dude.
His father, Alton
There ain't nothing to do with race about it.
When I was 22 years old, the sheriff's department did a similar thing to me. They put me face down on the ground at gunpoint. And it wasn't right then, Mr. Solomon, and it wasn't right when they did it to William. It's never right to treat citizens like this. America, we're better than this. We're at a crossroads.
Anybody.
We are a democracy.
Now, Ben Crump did pick up
we believe in the Constitution. We are not a police state where the police can do anything they want to citizens without any accountability. We have to hold everybody accountable. That is what makes America the great beacon of hope and justice for the rest of the world to marvel. Thank you, Attorney Daniels. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Real quick, just reminded, this is it's a culture of the Jacksonville Sheriff Office. I've represented several people down here, names such as Jamie Johnson, LaKen Wood, so y'all remember was viciously beaten by the Jacksonville Sheriff Office. And you know, the common denominator, Jamie Johnson, they stopped him for a seatbelt violation.
I can go and pull up the video when it's the police department. So if these are his lawyer dream team,
they better get their facts.
And they're blaming the sheriff's department on something the police did. Somebody's got their shit wrong.
Ken Woods, they stopped him for a seatbelt violation. And they tried to say they stopped Mr. McNeil for a seatbelt violation, but the video showed he had his seatbelt on. Listen, next person going to bring up Attorney Griggs and Attorney Keith real quickly to say some words. We're going to bring in Dr. Davis, the president of the college. Come on real quick.
Attorney Gerald Griggs, GERLD, and I am a civil rights attorney in Atlanta. And when I saw the video that happened to Mr. McNeil, I was aghast. It was horrific for somebody who was simply exercising their Fourth Amendment rights to ask for a supervisor as to why he was being pulled over, and to see the video on multiple angles of him not resisting, his hands up, and for him to be punched in his face after breaking the glass, ripped out onto the floor, to the ground, and then beaten is atrocious anywhere in America.
Oh my God.
But Florida has a police brutality problem.
Cut it out now. They cut the punch
It's had a police brutality problem for a long time. And so as a native of the state of Georgia, whose mother is from Jacksonville, I know far too well of the brutality here in Jacksonville. And so what we are calling for is justice.
I'm surprised.
This is not a war on police. This is about justice and accountability for everyone.
Amen.
Everyone. Hell yeah, brother.
So
everyone.
to the sheriff, if you're truly about law and order, you need to turn the law and order on that officer that brutalized Mr. McNeil. Because let's be clear, in this country, nobody's above the law. Nobody can violate the Constitution and not have consequences. And so it's incumbent upon everyone to understand that this could have been us. This could have been me. This could have been you. And but for William's calm nature, his ability to de-escalate, his ability to remain.
That's the whole point of it, is it could have been me. It could have been you. It didn't have nothing to do with this man being black.
It could be my wife.
But they said, well, oh boy. Well, God, I feel bad for the cop then, because I have to go sit in trial for the next 6 months for your wife killing a cop.
Should have whooped his ass.
But no, but this is crazy, because the tent was dark. They didn't know this guy was black.
And he even told them the reason I opened the door is because the window.
I told that in my first video when I thought that I was going to have to make an apology. I said, well, no, I don't, because he opened the car door, which is when he took the seatbelt off originally.
Right.
He closed the door and he put his seatbelt back on like any normal person would, because now it's ingrained in us.
Oh, yeah.
You close the door, you put the seatbelt on. So
I put it on before I start the truck.
Oh, yeah, me too. And I don't even drive. I just sit in the passenger seat, but that's maybe because Tony's driving. But
I know how I drive. That's why I put a seatbelt on when I'm driving.
I have been driving with you probably 5 times, and you've done a perfect job.
Remain calm. So I was talking in the back, and somebody reminded me of some of the heroes of the civil rights movement and how they remained calm when they suffered those brutal indignations. And that harkens back to what William did. He held his hands up. He remained calm. He took a punch without retaliating.
Yeah.
Damn right he did. And didn't even flinch.
What more would you want?
Damn it, I mean,
they say he was resisting. Resisting what? The punch to his face? How was he resisting? By putting his hands up?
Yeah,
we all give our children the talk, and he mastered the talk.
Yes, he did.
So now the ball is in law enforcement's court. What more would you have someone do other than ask and exercise their constitutional rights? This is atrocious. We need justice and accountability. We need that officer held accountable. And I'm honored to stand shoulder to shoulder with William, Attorney Ben Crump, Attorney Harry Daniels, and all of the lawyers that are behind this. But now we need America to send a message. Y'all saw the video. 20 million views.
I know, I heard you say
it's time for 20 million people to contact the sheriff and say you need to do something.
Man, that showed it. They showed it that time. That man didn't even flinch. He just stood up immediately and showed up his hands.
I would like to say a couple of things. We're not going to take a lot of your time.
I respect the
first
shit
of all,
out of
I'm blessed and honored to be here to assist Mr. Daniels, Mr. Crump, Mr. Greggs, Mr. Covington. I'm out of Greensboro, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. And we flew in because This case is important. It
North Carolina
represents
came
everything
down
we
here.
stand
That's where
for.
we went to college.
I've stood toe-to-toe with Mr. Daniels and Mr. Crump and these matters,
Well,
and we just don't want them to be any more matters like this. We won't change.
And they know.
And I think that the most important part about this is at this stage, I think we've had a lot of conversations about Mr. McNeil and how he responded. But the question is now is how is Jacksonville, Florida going to respond?
Yeah, well, with that many lawyers, you could have.
That's the question. I mean, as we look and we see our youth and we try to give an understanding of what to do in these encounters, what happens when we do all the right things and it still turns out wrong? What happens next? How do we turn the page? How do we make it to where you don't have to fly all these people in to fight for something?
We get rid of qualified immunity. That's how.
And so I would like to say a couple things. I would like to say, first, I'm honored to be here, and we are here to fight for you, and we're going to fight. And we're going to stay as long as it takes. We're flying every time we need to. I'll come back. We'll come back. But we want accountability. And we want it at all levels. And we don't want this to be a situation of swept underneath the rug, because if not, it's going to happen to somebody else. Thank you.
My mom and dad was a doctor.
Thank you very much, Attorney Keith and Attorney Griggs. It is not lost on us.
It never hit me until you kept saying, he didn't react, and I kept saying, "Well, he didn't flinch, but he didn't react."
Right.
He was like, "Well, hit me again. I don't care," because he wasn't doing anything wrong, so his mind didn't process why he was getting hit.
Right. He didn't become
become
pissed off.
It didn't trigger him to go hit back because his mind works totally different.
If I got punched inside the head and broke my window, I'd have been.
Oh, there would have been. No, they would have shot me that day.
Oh yeah,
and I know that to be sure because I've had them point guns at me before. So
me too.
yeah. So this guy, I'm not saying that that he's the R word or anything. I'm not even saying that he's slow. I'm just saying that he doesn't process things the same way everyone else does.
Yeah, I can see that just looking at
him. Well, just the way he reacts. I mean,
everything he's hearing, I'm sure, was not scripted.
No.
And this guy has like zero emotional.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he doesn't have anything going on. And he keeps going over to her mama, and his mama holds him tight to pull him close.
Right.
And that's a lot of times what you have to do to autistic people is you have to pull them close. You have to create like a little blanket for them.
A comfort zone.
Yeah. Me and Tony have known many children that were autistic, and I mean the spectrum is huge. You've got Asperger's all the way to. I mean, some people say ADHD, which is bullshit. But you've got some people that,
not everybody's the same.
Their brains work perfectly. They're the smartest people. I mean, there are autistic kids that play better than Beethoven did, and they're blind and deaf. I mean, they're literally. I can prove it to you. They do it. So these are not stupid people. They just function differently.
Exactly.
And for the love, thank God, and the only reason this man's still alive is because his autism made him nonviolent, because he just was he was non-reactionary.
Yeah,
completely.
Basically, just
there's no way they could have hit me, you, Tony, or Jody. No one that we know.
No,
he would have hit us like that, and we would have all been dead.
It'd been death by cop.
As Attorney Daniels said that
William
represented the best we had to offer. He had never been arrested, never been convicted of any crime.
Never been arrested or
and
nothing.
You can see from everything that happened on the video,
he
was a very measured young man.
Smoked a little weed.
And he was trained at a historically black college and university of Livingston College in North Carolina. And it exemplified the best that our children are.
Well, arrest them.
When you think about this moment, this truly is what he exhibited was a 21st century Rosa Parks moment.
I thought he was going to say
where an African American had the audacity to say, I deserve equal justice under the law. I deserve to be treated like a human being with all the respect that a human being is entitled to. And we can only imagine, had he not been filming that video, what the
Watch later if you want to find out the true story on Rosa Parks and how that's a fraud.
narrative would have been. And I guess as Attorney Daniels told me, no, we know what the narrative would have been, because he said they didn't know he was filming, and so they wrote these reports that were completely contradicted by the video.
There's still no emotion on his face. No.
And so, God knows you're going to hear from his mother and father.
He knows that right now if he drives to this street,
black mothers
they're done.
must
Oh yeah.
feel when they watch that video.
I would be thinking they want to kill me.
It's hard if you're not a black mother to
fathom
some
shirts.
How much you have to pray
because I'm really liking
every time your child leaves the house.
I'm really liking
that they don't become the next hashtag.
I'm kind of liking that a lot, because this thing right here.
He's a hashtag, and thank God he's
he
represents the best of us. Livingston College and HBCUs around America can be proud of William McNeil Jr. Yeah. And President Anthony Davis, the president of Livingston College, who, like Attorney Daniels and I, are a great Omega man, did not think it robbery to come and stand with his student to let them know that all the HBCU family stands with them. So we're going to hear from this great leader, President Anthony Davis.
If you have a pharmacist that came from an HBCU, pick a different pharmacist. Not the two.
The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but we have miles to go before we sleep.
Yeah.
And miles to go before we sleep, and miles to go before we sleep.
Even back in your day.
Meaning that guess what? We have a lot of work to do.
They tell you,
My name is Dr. Anthony J. Davis, and I'm the 13th president of Livingstone College, an HBCU in Salisbury, North Carolina, where Will, that is my affectionate term for him, Will, attends. A biology major who volunteers to play in the marching band. A biology major, not a music major, a biology major that volunteers to play in the marching band. Volunteer in the marching band, an academic student in biology, but also spends time on the weekends being a servant. Like Dr. King said, all of us can be great because all of us can serve. This young man will volunteer on the weekends helping young men and women who don't have the funds to get their cars repaired. He'll find a little corner with a shade tree, and he'll go ahead and he'll help students from that old hymn book, If I Can Help Somebody.
Well, now they're
as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or a song, if I can show somebody that they're traveling wrong.
Let me tell you something else Martin Luther King said. He said, judge us. He didn't mean black people. He meant all people. Judge us by the content of our character, not the color of our skin. And that's very hard to do when everybody wants to turn something into a racist situation.
Right. And that's what they're trying to spin.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. And I feel so bad for William because he has no part in this.
He's a puppet.
And he is now their do boy. Yeah. Because they're like, you're going to do what we tell you to do.
He's their bitch. And
he's scared to death right now because, geez, the cops beat me up. Now my lawyer team.
And look at the power of people he has.
Oh, yeah.
But we see in that video
this way, and you're going with
that his rights were violated.
That cop needs to be fired in jail.
I agree with that 100%.
That cop needs to be put in jail.
A little resolve.
That was assault. That was not battery. That was assault and battery.
He's showing us today by standing here tall and strong.
And then they cried about not having gloves on.
Which means he's going to bounce back.
Cops should not be allowed to wear padded gloves to be able to beat you to death with.
And so, my appeal, first of all, I want this family to know that the entire Blue Bear Nation stands with Will. Mm-hmm. We stand with you. Mm-hmm. And we believe in what Dr. King said, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Yes,
sir. For the record, me and Tim stand totally 100% behind William. Me and Tim believe that he was wrongly pulled over. He was wrongly, and it was all done because one cop was bored.
And certainly mistreated.
Well, he was damn sure mistreated. He was abused.
Just know this.
If I was one of those
There
racist
are
lawyers, I'd have said he was whipped like a slave.
consequences, and
Because
repercussions
that's how
for
you
your
would handle
actions.
your slaves back then.
On my
I don't
campus,
know, I never had any.
I haven't had a fight since I've been president in 3
Never
years.
had
You know
any.
why?
My
My
family didn't have
students
enough
know
money.
that any act of violence, the consequences and repercussions, they know that they go home. At minimum,
Turn this into
the
a Bible
sheriff
meeting.
who assaulted Will.
I'm telling you, they're passing around the collection plate somewhere. William needs all this money that William ain't getting none of it. They start going to them 7 lawyers out there. Shit.
That GoFundMe thing is the biggest crock of shit I ever seen.
Hello,
Oh, no, I
I'm
made a lot of money.
Latoya Solomon. I'm William McNeil's mother. He's my firstborn. He's also my only son. I have 4 children. He is the only boy.
4?
I have 3 girls.
4 is weird for Florida.
The day I seen
Because
that
welfare stopped
video,
at 3.
I couldn't finish it
Not just black, but
past.
white too. You go to any
the
trailer
window
park, they all got 3 kids.
It wasn't
A year
until
apart.
maybe a few months ago I finally finished the whole video. But I'm thankful to God for protecting him.
Me too.
Because I know what the outcome could
And
have
he did a
been.
good job raising that
But
kid,
I
or he
believe
wouldn't
in
have been
faith in
so
God.
calm.
It's what
He was a good
protected
brother to him.
my only son. And I thank God for that.
Yeah, because that could have been totally different. It almost did.
Morning.
Uh-oh, that's going to
I'm
be
Alton
emotional.
Solomon, the father, stepfather, but I can't call him my stepson because this is my son.
Yes, sir.
I've been through what he's been through. To see that video made me go back to the moment when I was 22. It hurted. It made me upset.
Did it hurt it?
But I seen what my son did that I had to do.
Ladies, don't.
And he sat right.
They speak different
He
language,
did.
but it's all English. You know, rednecks in Florida don't talk like rednecks in Texas.
To see that, it's a hurting feeling.
All right, get ready for the drama and the fake tears here, everybody. And by the way, dialects is why Spanish is so hard to learn, because I speak Spanish pretty good. That's not necessarily true with Russian, because I understand Russian completely, and I speak a little bit of it. Russian dialects pretty much are the same in that whole
country,
from Moscow to even to maybe not over to Ukraine when it was still Russia, because they're like there is a little bit of tinge of redneck in it. But in Florida alone, from the Panhandle, which is where the real rednecks are, and then you get down into the Ocala area, then there's been so many Northerners that have influenced the way that we talk way down here and everything. People like you come up here, and then I sound dumb, so I adjust my language. No, get ready for the emotions from his stepdaddy.
I could live without this shit.
I know.
To be a father that loved God first, and to see all my kids not being able to wake up in the morning, getting a phone call saying your child is gone. That's a hurting feeling, but I thank God.
Yes.
I could do that after bringing it into religion.
Y'all keep us in prayer.
I believe in God mostly and love Jesus for the most part.
William just gonna make a few remarks before we go to Q&A. And keep this family in prayer, because as his mother and father both said, they knew he could have been the next.
He has no idea.
It could have been a different result had he not kept his demeanor.
First of all, I want to thank God for bringing everybody here together, and thank y'all for supporting me. That day, I just really wanted to know, why I was getting pulled over and why I needed to step out the car when I know I didn't do nothing wrong.
Somebody turn off your phone.
Really?
I was really just scared. And that's it.
Okay, and that's enough, William.
Yeah, he had every right to be scared.
Justice for William McNeil.
I mean, he had every right to be scared because there really is an issue with driving while black. I mean, we don't. White people don't like to admit it, but it is true. I mean, that's why, like I say, and we discussed on Monday.
Yeah, everyone gets stereotyped.
Everyone gets stereotyped, and not all the time, but most of the time it's for the good reason. I'm sorry, Chinese people, but you know. But the reason that cops go to black neighborhoods is not because there's more crime in black neighborhoods. It's just more obvious in black neighborhoods. There's just as many drug dealers in white neighborhoods.
Oh yeah.
As there are in black neighborhoods. The difference is that we don't stand out on the street and go, hey, we only sell to people that we know.
Yeah,
whereas,
meet you in the back.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'll see you over at Grease O'Grady's, because I don't want to say their name, in the parking lot, because I can't think of anyone else, at the laundromat, in the parking lot in the laundromat, and I'll give you this 6 pounds of weed or whatever. Whereas in the black neighborhoods, the cops know they can go there and just go to any given corner and go, oh, we can get 6 people.
There it is.
And now I can get a promotion because I got felons, because they all want, and everything in Florida is a felony.
Oh, God.
Justice for William McNeil.
Well, you know it's a public
Justice for William McNeil. Justice for William McNeil. We have to stand up for our children. We have to speak up for our children, and we have to fight for our children. If we don't fight for our children, nobody else is going to fight for our children. That's what Attorney Daniels, our legal team, we have vowed to fight for justice for William McNeil. And we're going to need all of y'all fighting with us. Everybody. And so we're going to have a few questions and answers from the media. If you could identify yourself
Our church had
when you ask your question from the media.
Looks like a force.
Yes, ma'am.
And a huge band behind it.
Can you identify yourself?
I mean, it looks like Rush was there to perform. And it sounded a lot like a band. They were good.
What gave you the courage to share the video now?
I'm going to go ahead and say this since there's big old 8 people watching. This is 2025. We finally got them to stop clicking their cameras because they're all digital cameras and they can put it on silent. We finally got there. But can we put mics in the fucking audience already, people? Please?
Yeah, no kidding.
So we can understand and hear what the hell the reporters are asking?
Attorney Daniels.
That's a great question. We was very afraid. Even after the arrest and going for the first appearance and making a decision to take a plea that he should not have taken a plea to. He was suffering from a concussion. That should have been identified by the courts. But to answer your question, you know, he experienced a traumatic incident where a sworn officer who taken an oath to uphold the law broke the law and beat him. So he's very afraid. He didn't know what could be the consequences or repercussions of presenting. But he, with his faith in his family and speaking with his legal team, you know, he decided to move forward in this matter, particularly that it's not just about William McNeil. It can be somebody else tomorrow. Yeah. And that's what drove him to come forward.
And the big paycheck.
I would simply say this.
I don't
Thank God he recorded that video. Thank God he recorded that video.
So what? Let him get it.
Yeah. I mean,
he deserves it.
When you think about
but they're
all the
going to award
young
him some
people
ridiculous, like
should be recording these interactions with law enforcement, because what it tells us, just like with George Floyd, if we don't record the video, we can see what they put in the police report with George Floyd before they realized the video existed. And now we see what they put in the police report before they realized William McNeil video existed. So everybody, make sure you keep recording all of these interactions with law enforcement.
Yes. Thank you.
I wonder, it was said earlier, quote, we all give our children talk, and he mastered the talk. William, are you able to share what you were taught growing up about police encounters and how
they pulled the seatbelt off right there. He had already opened his door. So that was halfway out of the car at one point. Right. So that's when he would have taken his seatbelt off.
Right.
instead of fighting them on the street where we don't have power at, fight them in the courts.
Amen.
Amen.
What? Church revival.
Oh, well, I mean, I can't help.
What was going through your mind?
So there's a lot. There's a lot going through.
There's no way that he's not special needs.
Yeah, he does not act like.
I'm not saying that that's a bad thing or anything.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
He doesn't act like an average person.
No, but see, now it's an escalated charge. Just like if me and you beat up an old man, or like if I hit you, I go to jail forever.
Yeah.
If you hit me, you go to jail overnight.
Citizen.
Right. So he's hitting this guy's cop beat up a guy with obvious special needs. He's obviously got special needs.
Right. Right.
Jake's no man actually is Jack's. The sheriff has basically said if a complaint had been filed before this would have come to light earlier.
You want? I go first. Okay, you go first. Let's go first.
Well, yeah, Ben comes going first.
You got it. Yeah, you come too.
He was never interviewed by the state attorney.
No. He was never interviewed by State Attorney Melissa Nelson's office. Never once did they talk to this young man. And I would assume they saw the body cam video from the police department and they said, well, no problem. They saw everything that America is seeing and they said, no problem. And that is the problem.
That is the problem.
I agree with that.
Damn right, that's the problem.
That's a great question. So in the report, it talks about force was used. The sheriff said if the force was used, that his people will review it, the body camera footage. And as
remember
such,
that for the next video.
As Attorney Crump said that the state's attorney's office, how can you make a conclusion that there's no criminality in the face of if a picture's worth 1,000, a video worth 10,000,
a million.
But more importantly, as an ambassador of justice, that's the job of a prosecutor, to seek the truth. Did not even come and speak to the victim in the case. I know where I'm from in Georgia, Gerald. The prosecutor usually talk to the victim because they have victim rights. How can you make a determination of no criminality before you even get a chance to talk to Mr. McNeil? What I believe it was a, and I'm gonna say it, a whitewashing.
That's true, but they had to do it white people.
For that video, we would not be here. And we thank God that Mr. McNeil had a
They're gonna back the cops whether they're right or wrong.
Okay, well that's it. The cops are gonna back the cops because
that's what
I'm telling you. I know they keep saying the sheriff's office, but I'm almost positive that this is Jacksonville Police Department. Because it was the Jacksonville police chief that got up there and started running his mouth. And so this is JPD. They keep saying sheriff's department, but if that's his dream team, he might have more trouble than I thought about.
Well, never mind. The cops.
Let me address the first part of your question.
Well, that's like about my black friends don't say, so how long was you in the Army? I'm like, I was never in the Army. Don't even say that.
Internal complaint.
And to them, everything is the Army.
Video.
Navy, Air Force.
What is alarming to me is that there are several officers on the scene. And they seem like it was business as usual.
It is. Exactly.
And so,
and it might have been sheriff, or maybe
how can you trust a system like that to say, oh, who are you going to report the police to? The police? That's why we believe you need an independent investigation separate from the state attorney's office here in Jacksonville, Florida. We do not believe that is an independent investigation. I know several citizens have said they believe a conflict of interest arises with the state attorney and the sheriff's office in Jacksonville.
On our channel yesterday. They came out and said that they found no wrongdoing legally. The state's attorney found no wrongdoing legally. It was safe. It was they're
going to back their own people.
Right. The state's attorney has to back the cops because if he doesn't back the cops, then when the cops bring him a case, then they can't trust him. So, but you're going to tell me that it's perfectly normal to bust somebody's window and then bust his jaw, then pull him down and then rub his face in the concrete
over a headlight.
And me and you watched the video overhead. It doesn't matter what it was over.
Right.
He didn't resist.
Not a bit.
He put his hands up, and they still pulled him out of the car like he was Bonnie and Clyde put together.
Like he just killed 20 people.
Yeah, and he didn't do anything except for he did what all your cops did, was drive without the damn lights on an hour after it rained.
Who is unbiased looking at this video sees William as a victim. Unfortunately and apparently, the state attorney or the sheriff's department never saw William as a victim.
Yep.
They only saw him as a perpetrator, a criminal, the worst that they would define a person. But we saw the best in William. We see the best in our children, just like you see the best in your children. This is about driving while black. We don't believe they ever would have done that had this been a young white citizen.
I have a couple questions.
Who are you?
My name is Will Brown. I work for Jacksonville today.
Okay.
First, as someone who is named William, do you prefer Will or William?
Yeah.
Will? Okay. Secondly, Mr. McNeil, when you immediately requested a supervisor, what was it that had you feel uncomfortable to the point of immediately saying,
well, it says sheriff deputy.
Was there something about the officer's
There was a
conduct?
lot of sheriff's cars there, but there was a lot more cars there than there should have been.
I would like to supervise.
Yep. I thought it was JPD.
One thing that the sheriff released some videos, and according to William, there's another video, another officer's there. They didn't release this video. Officer had him at gunpoint. So now you're at gunpoint, and they telling you for not having headlights on, you better answer for a supervisor.
So the request, the gunpoint, you were at gunpoint.
Not initially.
Yep, it was deputy. Sorry, guys, am I wrong?
Off the camera, you couldn't see it. According to William, he was being held at gunpoint by one of these officers. The fact remains that this video shows what happened from the initial assault, and the body camera showed the initial interaction. But at the same time, what's your name?
Will.
Will, what we're talking about is somebody getting pulled over for not having headlights on
I've been
during
wrong
the day.
before. I'm not ashamed
That's
of it.
suspicious within itself. You know, I've been black my whole 44 years. You know, if somebody's telling me they're pulling me over not having headlights on and it's day outside and no rain and anything, I'm concerned. What are you really pulling me over for? Can you bring your supervisor to the scene? And that was his response. Over right here, your media? Okay.
I would never think to ask for. Well, no, that's not true because I have. But I knew the supervisor by name, so I said, "I want Brian Smith here." Yeah.
I would hope I'm not in that situation to start with.
Oh no, I got beat up with this. They ended up not arresting me because they didn't give it to me. And I said, "Call Brian Smith right now." And he was the sergeant on duty. I went to high school. He is a friend of mine.
Yeah, at this point, we think it's more appropriate that the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department identify the officers. We don't want to speculate. If they're proud of the conduct on the video, then they should release the officers' names. I'm going to have Attorney Daniels talk about Williams' recovery and the symptoms.
Doesn't matter, they didn't.
I mean, this was a horrific, brutal encounter. Did you see where they were knocking his head against the concrete while he was in handcuffs?
They are released now.
So, you know, not to go too much into it, William actually suffered permanent injuries. You can see he had a fractured tooth. His tooth actually went through his lip where he had to endure stitches and closed head injury. He was concussed, and he's still under evaluation from doctors at this time. Dr. Davis knows William as a president of Livingstone Colleges, and he can see the cognitive decline. So this is a long recovery for him. These are things that we are ensured that he get the help that he need, so he can get back on track. All right.
Yeah. Let me say this on that there, if you could, and I want you to say anything here. Let William just stand, because I noticed this morning. His teeth was actually broke when you still sit there. Could you just I mean, this was a violent encounter. His tooth went into his lip and he has stitches all on his lips. I mean, this is not good policing. Nobody can say this is good policing.
And it wasn't just one officer.
No?
When William was on the ground, it was multiple officers hitting him, putting his head into the concrete. So one officer may have been suspended or take police powers away from him, but there's more to come.
No, they scar differently. Than
right here, there's somebody in the back over here. Right here, I got you.
Hi, Riley Phillips with First Coast News. Were you hit in the face outside of the car? Yes.
I mean, the video is clear. He was punched in the face. I mean, outside the car.
No, you wouldn't.
It's clear he's punched in the face outside the car.
Yeah. And that's
you know
good. What? We invite the media just like they did with Joe.
Now they do these stitches that are stickers.
Yeah.
Band-Aid stickers.
They tape you up.
Yeah, they tape you up for stitches, so that might be. As soon as it's scabbed up, because
that could be.
I've had my teeth knocked through my mouth before.
Yeah.
This might surprise you with my mouth. But it's just a couple little holes.
Yeah, it's not a stitches.
No, if they beat you down good enough, then they will take your lip off. And I've seen that in a little place called Afghanistan.
They're just over dramatizing it to make it a big deal.
But if he got stitches,
because they know damn well they're on national TV doing this.
Yeah, they are. And they know that people like me are going to
slow down the video and go frame by frame and count the excessive use of force incidents on this young man. Whose only crime allegedly was he didn't have his headlights on and he didn't have his seatbelt on. Things that most people would get a notice to appear. He got punches in his face, head beat against the concrete, and a gun drawn on him.
In Florida, by the way, if you're caught driving without a driver's license, you're going to jail.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Now, he was driving without a driver's license. Here's the problem.
But they did not know any of this.
It's the fruit of the poisonous tree.
Right. It's like pile up a bunch of charges.
Right. And that's what Florida loves to do is stack charges.
Mm-hmm.
They like to stack charges because if this one, if the prosecutor says no to this one, then let's give him this one.
Right.
And cops are trained. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. It's almost like jerking off on a Friday morning. Oh, stop resisting. Stop resisting. Well, wait a minute. I'm sitting in my car. But you're resisting. Bam. And if you'll watch any of these cop shows, the first thing when you meet a cop, let me see your ID. Nope. Stop resisting. Whoa.
Yeah.
So then automatically they can charge you for a crime because they say you're resisting.
Yep.
Well, we got to put these cops in their places.
Yeah. That, being above the law is not for anyone.
Right. And, unless you're a Democrat, you shouldn't be above the law.
That is excessive in the most kind way of expressing it. That is excessive force 101.
He looks like such a nice guy.
That's aggressive. Absolutely. He was hit outside the car.
So he had a little bit of weed in his pocket.
Look at his dumb hair, dude.
No, I don't even mind. He reminds me of Broccoli. The new one. Every time I look, I'm like, that reminds me of Broccoli.
Reminds me of stupid haircuts.
Yeah, well, but we have different hair. They have weird hair. You can only do so much shit with.
We're civil rights attorneys, and we plan to explore every possible legal remedy to get some measure of justice for William McNeil Jr.
And you said it right there, didn't you?
Possible legal remedy. If this was your child, we're going to do everything that you would want done if this was your child.
So that's what they're doing. All right. We'll turn this into a Bible revival and praise the Lord and holy crap.
And a witch hunt.
And
but
now it's a race thing.
But he deserves it. Well, he deserves it.
I'm gonna refrain from William from answering that question. I think that, like I said, he's still under care of a doctor. Obviously, he's under care of a physician. He still has some issues going on.
How many?
Like I said, it was our hope
none.
That he would make a full recovery, but he's still trying to come back. Any other questions?
I think he died.
Oh, well, let me say this while we take the last question.
He's too old and sick to come. What you see is the new Al Sharpton and Jesse
to
Jackson.
think about if this
Oh,
was
they
your
went all the way
child.
back to
Black and white alike.
Martin Luther.
Yeah, Martin Luther.
We want you to think about
Martin
if
Luther
this
the
was your
King.
son, young son doing everything right. And I know some of you all can't fathom the police
I just don't
stopping
think it
your
was a race
child
thing. I think that it was.
It was not, and they're trying to make it one.
Yeah.
driving without headlights
When it was just a plain
in
old
broad daylight.
that the police did to a man.
We think it's pretextual.
okay,
We
if
think
they
it's
thought he
racial
should have had that
profiling.
license, that's fine.
But I want you
Put him on
to
his way.
try to
Or
put
arrested for
yourself
having to- but
in our shoes.
They
Try to
got
put
mad
yourself in
or
William's
even though he had
shoes.
told him
Just for a second.
at my
The
door,
police
but then the
stop
cop
you
comes over with his hand on his
and
gun.
tell you,
closes my
you say,
window.
why are
Yeah,
you stopping
get
me?
back
And they
in.
say, well,
yeah.
you don't have your headlights
I
on
fully
and it's
support
raining.
William on this.
And you look and you're like, there's no rain.
I don't support his
Why are you
lawyers.
stopping me?
No, lawyers
And
are-
all he
Yeah.
does, why I says a Rosa Parks 21st century moment.
They have
He
let,
as
yeah,
a
Rosa
black
Parks.
person
let's
says,
go back to that.
They have let. What happened is a local lawyer took it over, and then all of these super lawyers got involved. So now he's got like the OJ Dream Team, and there's like 1 million lawyers there, and the payout is typically 33%.
Yep.
So they know that if they're, I think we counted what, 5 lawyers?
They
or
see a
4?
big payday. That's the only reason those
Right.
guys are there.
And because they got to split. And
Because you can't tell me this guy can afford one of them, let alone
well,
4.
oh no, he can't afford any of them. But then Benjamin, well, because they don't charge, they just get paid.
He couldn't
if
afford
you
to
win.
fix his goddamn window.
Right. No shit. That's what I told you the other day, though. I said he was driving that hooped up Kia.
Yeah.
He'll be driving a Bentley before the summer's over with.
With a driver.
With a driver. And not only that, he's gonna be so vindicated. He's just gonna
He'll be on Oprah before long.
well, I don't think she has a TV show.
No, but it's a good
Yeah.
saying.
So anyway, we support William. We don't support the lawyers. We don't support the hustle. But we do think that he should sue them for as much as he can get, because I would.
Well, yeah, because he was wrongly done.
But I'm white, so nobody would care.
stopping me, and they say, well, you don't have your headlights on and it's raining. And you look and you're like, there's no rain. And why are you stopping me? And all he does, why I say it's a Rosa Parks 21st century moment, he as a black person says, you know, I'm tired of it. I'm going to try to demand my constitutional rights. That's the only thing that William McNeil did. And that's the only thing you would want your children to do. To say as a citizen, don't I have the right to know why you're violating my Fourth Amendment rights against search and seizure?
Yeah,
this guy is like
unlawfully.
This to become a race problem.
Yeah,
That's
so he
it.
just wants to race
Nothing
it.
more.
He
So
just wants to
search
race
your
it up.
hearts, America. If this was your child, if this was your child, wouldn't you be proud that we?
Did you know that Rosa Parks was working for basically one of these lawyers in, I believe it was Detroit? She got on the bus, and the bus driver said, "You get your," and she was very pregnant, and he said, "Get your ass in the back of the bus." So she fought him and said, "No, I'm not getting in the back of the bus." So she went home and she called her boss, which was one of these charlatan lawyers,
right?
And she told him what happened, and he said, "Okay, well,
We got a lawsuit."
no." He said, "Well, we got to do it again tomorrow, but we got to do it with somebody else because you're single and you're pregnant." And so I know a young girl named Rosa, and Rosa will do it,
Mm-hmm.
and she will do it, and she will do exactly what you did, and then we will get all of it on camera and get it all filmed, and that's exactly how it happened. That's the truth behind the Rosa Parks story, but nobody wants to tell you that part.
Yeah, because back in those days, there weren't cameras everywhere.
No, there wasn't cameras anywhere.
William kept his calmness and his demeanor.
Look at Stepdaddy back there. He's looking at it
And
going,
let that
oh, yeah, I'm
govern
getting
you
real
when
good.
you call on the sheriff to hold these police officers accountable. Because that's what we have to get here. We have to have accountability. Attorney Daniels, is there anything else?
Got one more question up in the front.
So, this question is for Mr. McNeil or for Mr. and Mrs. Sterling. Will has now gone, this video has been seen worldwide. What is something you would like the world to know about your son or Will about yourself that they don't know, but you think that they should know?
Could you repeat your question? I'm sorry.
What is something you would like the world to know about your son that they do not know, but you believe they should know? We should know.
Just that he is a really, really good man of God. He's a mentor of all the children in the neighborhood. He's a self-taught musician in our church. I'm sorry? What you ask me? Oh, he plays the trombone. He taught himself how to play the keyboard. He also taught himself how to play the drums. So he's a really good son.
He has a scholarship last school, right? He's on scholarship next time. He's a biology major. He volunteers in the band. And yes, he did get a scholarship.
As Dr. Davis, he's a biology major. I went to school at the University of Maryland, and the biology people was pretty smart.
Are they though?
Biology major at Livingstone College, and he volunteered in the band. He's in marching band. So this is a great.
There's a bunch of biology teachers right now that tell you that boys are girls and girls are boys. So our biology teachers really all that smart? Yeah.
Kid, he mentored the people. Yeah. This is like Ben said, he's one of the best. And even in the face of the best, you still spring the worst in law enforcement.
Yeah, Mom and Dad threw him out for not paying rent last week.
You want to close us out?
He's a wonderful boy.
Thank you, guys. If you want to come, we will keep y'all up to date through our releases.
I'm actually
stand by.
behind him. Absolutely. You can take all this freaking
From William McNeil, his parents, and his attorneys here as they talk about that viral incident involving JSO officers. The attorneys who saw speak include well-known Harry Daniels, Ben Crump. This morning, the man in a viral Jacksonville Sheriff's Office arrest video is now speaking out for the first time. Good morning, I'm Bethany Reese. William McNeil Jr. and his attorneys are now at a local church in Ribault. Let's listen in.
Yeah, we already saw. Yeah, it is a church. You were right. You were right. So anyway, that's what me and Tim stand on this.
Yeah, but the theater part is just a big show.
The
it's
theatrics.
A bunch of bullshit theatrics to make money.
The theatrics were a little bit much. Hey, Toga.
He deserves representation.
Damn.
But he doesn't need those asshole lawyers that are trying to turn this into a race item.
Hey, Toga, man, I don't know how I missed you. I don't know how I didn't see that. Man, I hope you're still hanging around.
What's up, buddy?
How are things in the turkey world?
Full of gravy.
There was a story about how turkey got named. I wish I could remember it. People in Turkey don't know how to spell it. Okay, I'm glad to see you're here.
Yeah.
Show Tim how that you guys spell turkey. Because we spell it, turkey. They have a very
different way of spelling it.
Yeah, they have it's like TURHKIEHH35835Q7234.
27.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey man, they say that several thousands of millions of people are going to be affected by a heat wave in America. So that means even y'all are getting it.
Oh, we're going to melt.
And that's what they say. I don't know about melting because shit runs, but I don't want to. That's what my mom used to say. She'd say, "Get outside! I gotta clean the house," which meant that she wanted wine. Mom wanted wine and pills and to be left alone, so we went outside. And I'd say it's hot. She said, "Don't worry.
The only thing that melts in the sun is shit and sugar."
She said, "You ain't gonna melt.
What? You ain't that sweet."
She used to say, "You ain't gonna melt because shit runs. So just go on down." Oh, my mom was so much fun.
Yeah, that would be a lady that I would really probably enjoy meeting.
Oh, everybody loved her. I mean, it shouldn't shock you at all that everybody was her friend. I mean,
turned into basement dwellers soon. Yeah.
Well,
not in Florida. You'd be underwater.
Yeah, we don't have basements in Florida. You can go out there and dig in the backyard and hit water in about three hits with the
with a pickaxe.
What do you call them?
Postal diggers. Postal digger, yeah. Oh yeah, you can't. Even though we're Highlands County, supposed to be the higher spot in this area, you can still hit water in 3 feet.
Yeah, it's wild here, man. And we had so much rain, and we're getting more. I guess I don't know. Tim gave me a weather warning the other day, and I didn't pay attention.
They're saying like Tuesday or something. We're supposed to get a bunch of rain.
Yeah.
Of course, for today, we're gonna get those weak afternoon storms.
Yeah. Well,
some of them are severe, some of them aren't.
That's what made Tony fall in love with Florida was the afternoon summer storms.
Oh, when I first moved here, you could set your watch.
You could.
It rained for about a half an hour, cool it down, and then after it quit raining,
it was hotter.
It raised the heat.
Hotter.
10 degrees.
It was hotter than cats on a tin roof, man. It was hot.
Oh, it was bad. Now it's just hot.
Well, I've got another video I want to share that Tim knows nothing about. Again, I don't share. Me and Tim don't do show prep. Ron does show prep.
Yeah, somebody has to know how to run a computer.
Tim does the research. He comes up with the news of the day and the current events. Because I don't know whose birthday it is. I mean, hell, I just learned Ozzy died yesterday. So, you know. And of course, as you know, we are big fans of the Hulkster. God bless him. May he rest in pieces.
That poor guy was so beat up.
Oh, man.
He had to be in some very, very bad pain most of the time.
Oh, come out. Yeah.
I bet even sleeping he wasn't comfortable.
I bet I'm pretty sure he slept with the help of Oxy. At best. I mean, because I remember when he went up there to get his kid off, he didn't try to get his kid off the DUI. He just wanted to make sure that his kid's wife was okay.
Right.
And it was 10 o'clock at night. And he was mad because his son had just left his house. He goes, he was absolutely sober when he left the house like an hour ago. But the kid was wasted that quick. So apparently either he's a good don't show it when he's drunk or
has bad tolerance.
or he drank a whole lot really quick. And you know, I mean, even Pink sings songs about the first thing she does when she goes to the bar is 10 shots.
Jeez.
I mean, look, man, I don't drink 10 shots a day, and I consider myself a professional. First of all, I couldn't afford it.
But yeah, there's always that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't like it. I don't think I would. I don't want to get that.
Yeah, I don't want to fall down stupid.
No, I don't either. So what?
That was a couple of days ago, but that was just by accident.
Well, sometimes that is the weirdest thing, too, isn't it?
Yep.
You don't even realize. Well, see, Tony used to warn me a long time ago.
When you've had enough.
Huh?
When you've had enough.
No, she's never been ugly about it. But what she would say is, you better stand your ass up. Tony would say, you better stand your ass up and walk around because you're drunker than you think you are. She's like, your brain knows and your mouth doesn't know, but you have had way too much to drink.
She's the reality check.
And your body's going to find out as soon as you stand up off that bar. This was when we were in Clusic because we had a bar there.
Oh, Andy.
At the house, oh yeah. It was always full too. That's where that's where my Patriot came money with me. I kept that bar full of shit that I wouldn't even drink. I had to take care of Mary though.
Hers was like that for a while.
Yeah, I just kept it full of everything. But she would say, honey, you better stand up. I said, do I sound drunk? She's like, no, you don't sound drunk and you don't act drunk. But
your legs are going to react.
As soon as you stand up, you're going to be like when you guys had to pick me up off this floor that day. I was fine. I was fine. Wasn't slurring or nothing. And all of a sudden, did you know you cannot say slur without slurring it?
That's true. The word itself sounds slurred.
Well, so let me ask you something, Tolga. How do you feel about animal abuse? Because I'm convinced that this story is probably going to piss you off.
No, I saw a commercial today.
Oh, no.
That had a little dog that immediately made me think of Jethro when he was a puppy, because he had the same expression. He was a little white, fluffy dog, cute as could be. Now your dog's big old like us.
Jethro ain't never been fluffy, but he's just weird. But he's happy. He's emotional.
Oh God, yeah.
I know he's got to go.
Face.
I know he's got to go to the bathroom, but I was screaming out here and yelling. Me and Tim were talking to doing a show. Jethro wasn't all about that. But anyway.
Yeah, when your voice raises, that poor dog.
Oh, he does. He loses it. But I want to show you something real quick. I think I have it on here. No, let me remove that. I thought I had it on here. Okay, same thing. Video. Bunny. All right, everybody pay attention.
A shocking video is making the rounds on social media showing a sheriff's deputy threatening another deputy, then throwing and killing a bunny. News 13's Gabe Chavez is live in the Newsplex with details.
Dean, the video shows one deputy trying to stop the other deputy from hurting the bunny, but he's...
All right, listen, everybody, understand this. Here's what happened. Maybe Tim can help me, maybe he can't. All right. I read that too. A cop rescues a little bitty bunny in New Mexico. He rescues this little bitty bunny, and then another cop threatens to shoot him.
Jesus.
Yeah. All right. I'll watch this then. Sorry, Tolga.
Not able to save the rabbit's life. We have to warn our viewers the video is graphic and may be hard to watch.
Let me hold it.
August 2024, two deputies, a sergeant, and a corporal with the Grant County Sheriff's Office come across a baby rabbit in the road near Hachita, New Mexico. One deputy tries to move the rabbit to a safer spot. In the video, you can see Deputy Alejandro Gomez demanding he give him the bunny.
You're gonna kill it. I won't throw it.
At one point, Gomez points his taser at the other deputy, who caves and hands him the rabbit.
Give it to me right now.
Gomez looks over at one of the other deputies who is filming, smiles, and throws the rabbit against the patrol truck, killing the rabbit.
The sheriff and this department do not condone any type of misconduct whatsoever. We are taking every possible step to address the situation and ensure accountability within the department. So he was placed on administrative.
All right, so
what a dick.
Here's what I wrote about it. I gotta find it. Here's what I wrote about it. I said, man, a bunny is just about the cutest, most innocent thing you can imagine. Right up there with puppies and kittens. There's more to this. Hold on. I thought that I had the whole thing recorded, but apparently I don't.
And we're just waiting for the outcome of the court case. So he is not working it.
Good evening. A shocking video is making the rounds.
No, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, this cop finds a bunny, a little bitty bunny, and he's like, I'm going to save it because it's on the road, and he goes to take it, and the other cop takes it from him, threatens him with a gun, but that's not it.
Taser.
Well, no. Oh, no.
He said taser.
I know, but that's because I don't have the other video. I thought that I had it. I don't know where I have it at. That's my problem. He's been known. This same cop has been known to put guns in people's faces to get what he wants.
Oh, Jesus.
To his own officers.
Yeah.
And they haven't fired the cocksucker yet.
You think he should have been gone a long time
No,
ago.
here, I just don't know if I can read the whole thing. Oh, no.
Well, we get the whole point.
No, the whole point is, nowhere does it show that the bunny got hurt. I didn't.
Yeah, it's like when you watch a movie, it's at the credits in the end, it says, no animals were
Yeah,
hurt
well,
in this
no,
movie.
because an animal was killed in this, but not in this video. I wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah, that's just an ass wipe.
Yeah, well, then what we call them in these days is pieces of shit. But
yeah, I was trying to word it nicer.
Yeah, well, you're a better man than I am. And then there's this. We're going to watch this video tomorrow. And here's this song, and I'm probably going to get
Helsley of the Clarksburg police punched a guy repeatedly in the face. Well,
Yes,
it was 5-on-1, 5 cops with guns, and a guy they didn't even have to chase. And yet, once they got him down, suspect on the ground, well, you'd think they'd show a little bit of grace.
The whole thing was the guy was on drugs, and he was probably drunk and whatever. And so someone that loves him called and said, hey, we need a welfare check. Maybe this guy needs to go to the hospital because my son's acting crazy. So instead, they beat him down.
Oh, nice. But that's when Officer Helsley of the Clarksburg police punched a guy repeatedly in the face. Now don't you feel safe? This is serve and protect. Smash your head against the curb and put their knees on your neck. Land a punch here and there, try to cut off your air. How are we supposed to feel secure when they want to keep us so scared? It doesn't make me feel better. They beat a drugged out drunk. All this talk of dangerous illegals, but we're being policed by these punks. And there are good cops who think these actions are a disgrace, but
right here,
standing by silently watching is just as criminal of a case.
Damn right.
Those cops like Officer Helsley of the Clarksburg police love punching people repeatedly in the face.
I'm gonna get hit for that.
Officer Helsley of the.
But I think I have even a better video of it if you'll give me a second. Now, for the record, we're pro law enforcement here, but what we are not is pro tyrant.
Yeah, I'm not pro dickhead.
Yeah, we're not pro tyrant. We have you can't just decide that you want to beat the hell out of us on Monday and then expect us to kiss your ass here on Saturday. God damn it. I keep thinking to delete all that shit.
Baby rabbit.
Blah, 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 blah. Nope, 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 nope. Wrong video. Right video, but wrong video. I don't know where it's at, but these cops, they will not fire this cop that did the bunny thing. I don't know where the video is for the guy that beat up the innocent guy. I don't know. It's crazy. Let me find this and mute it. It's crazy because all of these people are just, these cops are going out of control. They have this mindset that they can just beat the shit out of anybody.
Well, it's like a bad guy that because I got a gun, I can do whatever I want. You know? Right.
Well, and it's exactly what it is. Oh, well, oh no, I've got the badge. I can throw your ass in jail. Now, listen, I say this, and there's Jethro. I say this, and I say it with honesty. We need the police. Someone's going to have to keep law and order. Then all of a sudden, we all live in.
And they're the ones breaking the rules.
Right. But when the cops are the ones that are whatever they can, they're doing whatever they can do to get an arrest. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think they maybe hugged them too much. But I think most cops, everyone says most cops are good cops. Well, that's not the truth. Because if Tim did a bad job on my house, I wouldn't let him sponsor our show every day. I would say, no, that's bullshit. That's like a lot of these items that we get. I got a whole room full of this free stuff that they send me. But then when I test it and go, yeah, I don't know. You sure you want me to do a review on it? They go, no.
Yeah, sometimes it's a piece of crap.
And I'm not gonna lie to my people. Tim's not gonna lie to our people. We're not gonna lie to our people. We're just not gonna do it.
Yeah. I agree.
Because it's like every cooler in the world is just as good as a Yeti cooler. Yeah. But you don't have to pay $75,000 for it.
I could vouch for that. I got a $350 cooler, and my 1995 one works just as good.
That's exactly right. So, I mean, if you want to send us your shit, and you can send it to us, and we will review it, but you're going to get an honest review every time. And then what they do is they'll say, well, just keep it. Don't do the review. Every time. I'm like, okay, but you realize that you didn't send any instructions or how much it's going to cost us to replace these little mosquito repellent things. And then I find out that they're like $5 a packet and only last 4 hours. And I'm like, no.
That's somebody calling me.
Oh. Tim's about to get a phone call, so we got to go to mute.
Yeah, turn your dang phone off, mister.
No, I mean, we got to go to mute. Uh-oh. I thought it was our friend that we talked about this morning.
I think it is.
Oh, yeah, don't answer that.
Yeah, I'm going to let that one slide.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm about ready to call this an afternoon.
All right. Well, Tim said that the show's over. And that's all right.
Yeah, we're dang near 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I told you the show was pretty much done. We just had to talk.
All we had to do was be there.
Yeah. All right. Take it easy, and we love you, Tolga. Come back and do whatever.
Beer for Breakfast Morning Show is brought to you by Ground Up Remodeling. Tim will take care of your needs from the ground up. Truly one of the best in Lake Placid, and we wouldn't let anyone else work on our handyman or home improvement needs. Call Tim today.